Welcome everyone to Side Draft, and today we'll be talking about the Xfinity race at Darlington. And it's been quite a while since we last saw the Xfinity cars. I believe it was Phoenix in March. So it's been
2.5 months.
2.5 months. So
long time.
Yeah, so we about forgot what the Xfinity cars looked and sounded like, but they sounded pretty good at Darlington. So this race was scheduled for Tuesday, and it rained. Don't know if you can hear the rain outside of our studio, but it's raining here too.
Yep.
So if we were having a race, it would get rained out pretty easily.
Probably so.
So rained it out Tuesday, didn't get any laps in, and then of course the Cup race was Wednesday, so that was their priority there. They knew they couldn't get both races in, so they barely got the Cup race in. And then today we had the Xfinity finally, but it was rain delayed as well for a couple hours. Finally got to watch it.
Yeah, it's very tough to drive the track when there's no fans allowed.
I can hear them booing at home.
You didn't like that? I thought so.
So Noah Gragson would get the pole due to a random draw.
Yeah, he had a blistering lap too. It's like he was in a different zip code just about.
You want to see me go around this track?
Which he was, because he was in North Carolina. He was in North Carolina. They just drew names or numbers.
It's pretty cool. Get the pole and you're not even at the track. So
do I need to stop at what?
Yes.
Okay.
It'd be Noah Gragson and Michael Annett on the front row. Kyle Busch, yes, he was in this race. His paint scheme is very similar to his Cup paint scheme. I really like it when the Xfinity cars have Cup paint schemes. I don't know what it is. It looks cool. It's like a cool node to the Cup Series.
Cup car comes to the Xfinity.
Yeah, so we always complain about the Cup teams coming down. Why can't the paint schemes?
Yep.
Kyle Busch would definitely slice through the field throughout that first stage. I believe he got into the top 10 before the competition caution at lap 15. So he started 26th, I think. So Kyle Busch was Kyle Busch. Or should say, the guy that wrecked Chase.
Yeah, the guy that wrecked Chase.
So that's his new name.
But Noah Gragson, I mean, he loves his paint scheme, the Black Rifle Coffee Bass Pro Shop car. I mean, he was really fast early on. I mean, he pretty much dominated the whole first stage.
Yeah, I don't think he even not led a lap. I mean, I think he led every lap of the first stage. Very dominant. Had that clean air. Got the blessing from the racing gods to get him into that first position with the random draw. But after the competition caution, didn't have to worry about losing any positions during that. It was just take your time. And it's so weird to see the pit crews just go slow.
Yes, we've seen this kind of thing with like the K&N series, and it's pretty weird trying to see it take place at Xfinity, but that's going to be kind of a new normal kind of thing.
At some tracks.
Some tracks.
Some tracks so far. Which I don't even know if we're going to go to those tracks now. I
Who knows?
know Iowa. I don't think we're going to go to that one. Probably not Canadian Tire. Really, time will tell.
I think right now it'd be kind of tough to go to Canada.
So we would have one caution during the stage, and that would be Mike Snyder. Timmy Hill got tight right under him, and then took the rear end off.
It's not a good way to be.
I mean, sometimes you gotta take a souvenir. Didn't come completely off of Mike Snyder, but it almost did. And so that was a debris caution. And so we didn't really have too many crazy crashes during this race. It was mostly calm, aside from maybe one or two moments. But yeah, Noah Gragson going to win stage 1. Had a nice, clean stage 1. Wasn't too intense. Stage 2, it was all about Kyle Busch.
Yeah, because Kyle Busch had that #1 pit stall, and I believe that's what gave him the lead. So once he's up there and in front, he just took over the race.
But we would see cars like, or drivers like Justin Allgaier come up towards the front. I believe he got to second, and Allgaier started somewhere in the top 10. I think he started 10th, and he managed to get his way up to second place. I think Allgaier probably had the second best car to Kyle Busch.
Yeah, he's pretty close to Kyle Busch. I mean, he could stay within like a half a second or so, but I believe Kyle Busch's car would eventually take off, and Justin Allgaier was just barely drift back some.
Yeah, so it's interesting to see how these Xfinity guys are getting closer to the Cup veterans, and
chasing that rabbit.
And they're actually beating Kyle Busch so far this season.
Yeah.
At least in the Xfinity and the Truck Series, he's got one victory. Probably going to get the victory in Charlotte coming up, but so far in the Xfinity Series, they've took the fight to him so far.
Yeah, they got some good talent coming up to the Xfinity Series. The cars are getting stronger, and they're just taking it to Kyle Busch.
Yeah, but stage 2, like I said, it was all about Kyle Busch, or the guy that wrecked Chase in the Cup race. Hey, that's a cool nickname. What's your name?
What's your name? That's the guy that wrecked Chase in the Cup race.
So he would win stage 2. No playoff points for him because he is a Cup driver, so it was just kind of like, yay, he won the stage. So stage 3, this is where the big moment of the race would happen. Kyle Busch speeding on pit road. That's a no-no. You don't want to do that.
Definitely not right here. I mean, they didn't have maybe 60 laps to go.
Somewhere in there. And we had the threat of rain. And I thought it was raining at the beginning of stage 3.
Yeah, because it was starting to sprinkle, and I was like, oh man, is he going to call it now or what?
Which would have given the win to, I think, Justin Allgaier at that point.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of funny because that's who we picked. I picked Justin Allgaier, you picked Chase Briscoe, and Emily, she picked Noah Gragson. I mean, right there, they was running 1, 2, 3 at one point. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I was going to give us all a point if they finished like that. I think that should be a new rule, and at least for our Fast Picks challenge.
Yeah, if they finish 1, 2, 3, we all get points.
Yeah, we all get a point. Maybe the winner gets an extra point, and then that way it's not just everybody equal. But yeah, it was interesting to see that our picks are getting up there. They're getting better, except for maybe your Cup pick. You didn't really do so well at Darlington. But our picks did fairly well. I mean, I got a point. It's been a while since somebody's got a point on Fast Picks. But we'd have a great battle between Allgaier and Briscoe for...
Yeah, I gotta get to Noah Gragson. I mean, he has some power under that hood. He pushed Briscoe to the lead. I mean, he's on the inside lane. If I believe Noah's up on the top, I believe he could push his way up and got the lead. But he got stuck on the bottom. I mean, he really can't get fast and get tight down there, and really hard to get a lot of speed. But man, he has some horsepower in that restart.
So it was an insane battle between Briscoe and Allgaier. I think Allgaier was faster. Eventually Allgaier would get around him. They made slight contact, and then Allgaier made contact with the wall, but was able to keep going.
Now all of Junior Motorsports was up there. You know, there's like top 5 right there.
Yeah, Daniel Hemrick. I mean, he hadn't had a very strong year so far. Just a lot of bad luck. I believe he finished in the top 5. So,
yep.
If it wasn't for the next incident with Michael Annett.
Let me see where he finished it.
So Michael Annett.
He finished 6th.
So not quite a top 5, but pretty close. Yeah. But would have a caution. I think with around 30 to go with Michael Annett, and he tried to. I don't know if this was a lap car fault.
Yeah, these lap cars is always in the way or something. I mean, do they not know where to go? I mean. I know sometimes they want to fight the leaders, but you don't need to fight 4th, 5th, and 6th. I mean,
yeah, I believe this is somewhere like, I don't even know if this was in the top 5. I think maybe this was 4th or 5th, possibly even 6th. I'm not quite sure where he was at the time, but
I believe Michael Annett would have just laid off a little bit and try to settle in somewhere. It didn't get around him, and then didn't go after. I believe he was trying to race Daniel Hemrick at the point, because Michael Annett and Daniel Hemrick and Noah Gregson's all 3 battling each other. I'm like, take it easy, guys. You're gonna wreck 3 cars in one company.
Yeah, I know Noah made slight contact with Michael Annett and made Annett go into the wall. I don't think that was a tire down from that. I think it was just.
Yeah, I think Michael Annett just just lost it. He went too far down and just got really loose, and it spun around on him. Locked the tires down, and that's what blew the tires out. So just unfortunate, but
yeah, the lap cars they've been pretty good at wrecking the top leaders. You know, like Kansas last season, they wrecked the top 2 leaders.
Yeah, and you know, once he blew that tire, it just disintegrated his whole fender and everything. So
yeah, unfortunate. It was having a great run up until then.
Yeah, once you blow these tires, and they come into a car shredder then.
Yeah. You know, we have the different style of bodies on the Xfinity cars, but you know, they don't save and protect everything.
No, the composite bodies just tear up pretty easy, especially when that tire flapping like that.
Like they can hit the wall a couple times, whereas the Cup cars can't. But if a tire blows, they're gone.
Yeah.
But then with Kyle Busch, he was coming through the field. We thought, well, he done won the race now because that allowed him to catch
way
up.
all the way back up to about 4th or 5th, and then with that pit stall, you know, it got him up to the 3rd.
Yeah, right on the inside lane, and they were really aggressive on this restart.
Yeah, I thought Allgaier was going to get to the bumper of Kyle Busch right there. I mean, it was beating and banging. Yeah, these boys going at it.
I mean, that was some awesome racing out of.
All right, we got 10 laps to go. The gloves are off now. Let's go at it. So,
I mean, Allgaier's normally really aggressive on the restarts, and that he was. Really aggressive moves. Almost worked out for him. And then Chase Briscoe got the lead. You know, he got the lead through the pit cycle, and so he started on the outside line. So almost worked out for Justin Allgaier on the inside line with Kyle Busch behind him. Then it looked like Chase Briscoe's got it in the bag. There's nothing Kyle Busch can do. But then Kyle Busch, being the Cup veteran that he is, found a way to change his line and also kind of manipulate Chase Briscoe to try different lines himself.
yeah.
And maybe slow his laps down. And so final lap, Kyle Busch was there. It looked like it was a done deal. Kyle got around him. But with these composite bodies, they was able to beat and bang off each other.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be another one. These races like Ricky Craven and Kurt Busch, you know, beating and banging, you know, come to the finish line. But yeah, they managed to keep it all pretty off each other. I mean, they kind of beat and banged a little bit. And I think Luke Briscoe hit the wall. I mean, he was determined. I'm beating Kyle Busch. I'm winning this race. I'm taking it to it. So.
And it was a pretty emotional victory for Chase Briscoe. You know, he was able to hold off the Kyle Busch, the guy who has the most wins in the Xfinity Series. And then I don't know if all of you are following him on Twitter, but you know, him and his family went through you know, a devastating loss with his baby, and it was just a sad story. And for him to be able to win this race, and you know, just to see his emotions in victory lane, he does this great thing with praying when he wins. You can really tell that just a very emotional.
Yeah, the emotions really got to him. That's one thing I like about Chase Briscoe. Is just the emotions, the determination, and all he has is just like, it's really incredible. But you know, all our prayers and thoughts going out to him and his family for this tough time. And I know the wind kind of helps a little bit, but you know, just all our thoughts with them.
You definitely can't, you know, make up for something that happened like that, but you know, a win is definitely great for the healing process.
Yeah, definitely so.
And it was just a really great race overall.
Yeah, I mean, you look at all 3 races this week, and it's been some really great racing all week. Some good battles. I mean, it's just, I really enjoyed the races coming back, and it's been really good racing this year.
Yeah, and you know, last night we had Kyle Busch and Chase Elliott. They kind of went at it a little bit, and then so Kyle crashed a Chase, and then a Chase beat him today. So
yeah.
pretty ironic. I love how ironic NASCAR can be sometimes.
Yeah. So he said, "Oh, I can't wreck another chase."
Yeah. So.
But yeah, if you watched our video from the Cup race, we kind of just maybe went a little overboard. We just kind of aggravated. I know I was wanting to see. I really like to see Chase win that race, just because Emily picked him, and she's a big fan of his, and he had a very fast car. I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, he's going to win a lot more races, and it seems like he's got a few took away from him.
Yeah, definitely. So far this season, you know, he's come close. I believe at Vegas a couple months ago, and probably definitely would have won Darlington the other day. So keep a lookout for Chase Elliott in the Cup race at Charlotte. But overall, what would you like out of 10? What would you give this race?
All right. I give like an 8, maybe.
Yeah, I'd say 8.5, somewhere in there. Wasn't the greatest Xfinity race by any means, but it also had a great finish.
The finish, I say a 10. I mean,
finish was a 10.
That's definitely the way you want to finish a race. Fighting for it, battling for it, just go for it to the very end. Just don't give up. You know, it's like.
I mean, that's the type of races I love, is when the finish comes down. You know, like that. I mean, if my favorite driver's winning and he's way out there, I'm like, okay, I don't care if this is a close finish or not. But I really love close finishes. You know, that's the moments that get put in all the highlight reels and stuff. And this one will definitely be one of the finishes of the year, one of the top.
Definitely so.
But what did all of you think of this race? Interested in seeing all your thoughts, and how did you enjoy the race? Let us know down in the comments below. We sure did. It was a lot of fun. Love the Xfinity Series, and I can't wait to also do another Truck Series race review next week.
Yeah, coming from Charlotte, boys. The truck's coming back. It's been forever seeing the trucks. I mean, there's like going for almost a month and getting ready to go back to racings, and then they kind of on hold for another 2 months.
And I don't know if the bounty thing is still going on for the Truck Series, but stay tuned for our Fast Picks video coming up either tomorrow or Saturday, and we'll be making our predictions for I think all 4 races. I think it's 4. We have the Coke 600, an Xfinity race, a truck race, and another Cup race. So we're going to have a huge week of racing. Hope it's not a huge week of raining, just like this one was.
Yeah, when NASCAR comes to town, the rain comes too.
Yes, that's the only unfortunate thing about NASCAR, is the rain chases it no matter where it goes.
Yep.
But hope you all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more from us, like race reviews, predictions to win the races, and also things like product reviews on the NASCAR sponsors. We like to try them out, and also some other fun videos. So if you're into NASCAR content, you want to subscribe. Can't wait to make more videos for you. We'll see you next time on Side Draft.